And right now I'd like to yield to the gentlewoman from Virginia and fellow Navy veteran for the purpose of colloquy.
I thank the gentleman from Pennsylvania for yielding. I strongly agree with him that Washington's excessive spending, Republicans are ready to lead the way to end the era of reckless government spending. After only 2 years under the Biden administration, our federal deficit has grown by over $6 trillion. This is unacceptable for our country, but especially for our children who will inherit this deficit. But I also agree that our great nation cannot default on our debts, and this bill, like all others, must be paid. I support lifting the debt ceiling, but only if coupled with reforms to Washington's wasteful spending in order to repair the inflation crisis and strengthen America's economy. While the president has offered no plan to avoid default, I'm proud to be a part of this new Republican majority that has put forward the Limit, Save, and Grow Act, which proposes solutions. That being said, I do have serious concerns with the provisions of this legislation that repeals clean energy investment tax credits, particularly for wind energy. These credits have been very beneficial to my constituents, attracting significant investment and new manufacturing jobs for businesses in Southeast Virginia. The energy production happening in my district will incentivize clean energy solutions here in America and provide jobs for Virginians and energy options for military installations in my district. For all these reasons, I do not support the repeal of these clean energy tax credits. I recognize that this bill is not the final product, but I also understand that it gets us to the negotiating table. I worked hard for our new Republican majority to have a seat at that table. My ask is for the gentleman's assurance that I will be able to address these concerns as we move forward in these negotiations and advocate for the interests of my district.
Well, I want to thank the gentlewoman for her remarks and for working with us on this bill. I'd like the gentlewoman to know that I support repealing these tax credits, but I understand the gentlewoman's concern.
Yield another 30 seconds.
The gentleman is recognized for an additional 30 seconds.
Thank you. And of course, we'll continue to work with the gentlewoman from Virginia, just like we will with all members, on making sure we're paying our nation's debt ceiling, we're lifting our debt ceiling, but doing it in a responsible, reasonable, and sensible manner, and bringing Chuck Schumer and Joe Biden to the negotiation table.
Thank you. I have full faith that we can negotiate a final debt ceiling deal that both restores fiscal responsibility and empowers Americans to be good stewards of our nation's vast natural resources. Again, I thank the gentleman, and I yield back.